Taking on debts is almost a natural part of life. In the words of my mentor, Robert Kiyosaki, there are two kinds of debts: good debts and bad debts. Contrary to popular belief, debt can be used as a tool for good. It can actually be leveraged to drive you towards achieving more financial success and achieving financial freedom faster and efficiently. That said, today I'm going to be talking about the different kinds of debts, their benefits, and the consequences. So let's jump right into good debts. Good debts are the kind of debts that grow your net worth, that improve your financial being, that ensure you're maximizing and gearing towards financial success and freedom. These are the debts that don't hold you back. These are the debts that put in more money into your pockets. So what are some characteristics of good debts? Number one, they have minimal or just good enough interest rates. This is usually between single digits to early double digits, between 5 to 11, 12%. Anything more than 15%, I urge you to tread carefully, because for the most part, a lot of investment don't yield more than 25, 30, depending on the kind of investment. So you want to be careful that you have enough wiggle room to be able to pay back the debt while having a profit. The benefits of these low interest rates are also geared towards enticing you to invest in the business or in assets. So I'll give you an example of when you can use good debt. I have a friend who has a 4-bedroom home. He uses only 2 bedrooms and rents out the remaining 2 for Airbnb purposes. He took a loan to just improve the quality of the bedrooms. He bought nicer beds and mattresses and then put nice TV and sofa in there. After doing all of this together, he put it back on Airbnb, and then in under 2 months, he made his money back and was able to pay back his debts. Now, of course, he knew that he already had the demand for his property. It was in a nice area, it was large room, so he knew there was demand for his product. So all he had to do was just invest a little bit into it and then use that amount of money to grow his side hustle. Good debt is always going to increase and pay itself back to you multiple times. The rewards always outweigh the costs. Another benefit of good debt is the increase in cash flow. Compared to bad debt that takes money from you, that's always draining money, reducing your cash flow, good debt always increases your cash flow. It is geared towards providing you that financial cushion, that financial pumping, seeing your accounts pop with different alerts, like deposits coming from your investments or from the loan you took, is always going to be refreshing. Because of the nature of good debts, even if you are paying back the cost of borrowing and paying back the loan, the cash flow from the dividend will always cover the loan and give you something else as a cushion, as a reward for taking on that debt. Lastly, my favorite part of good debt, peace of mind. Just think about the fact that you don't have to worry about high interest rates. You have to work hard to pay back the money because you put the money into an investment or a business that's paying itself back. So not only are you covering the cost of debt, you're also making a profit. That's how you know you're in good debt. So at the end of the day, a good debt is geared towards making you profits, low interest rates, giving you peace of mind, and increasing your cash flow. So take a moment today and look at your portfolio. Do you have that kind of debts right now? If not, get started. Usually, the 2 ways to leverage a good debt is through investments or through business. I have a friend who is into mutual funds and stock exchanges. That kind of situation, if he says, "Hey Paul, I have a fund that I want to invest in, it's going to give you a guaranteed 12% return. I can easily borrow at a 5% interest and invest money there because I know it's guaranteed." So when he pays me, think about it, 12% minus 5%, that means I have 7%. I make my money back in double fold. That's enough for me. That's an example of how you can use good debt to drive towards your financial goals and financial aspirations. Now that I've covered the basics of good debts, let us get into bad debts. Bad debts are the debts that reduce your cash flow. They reduce your energy. They reduce your net worth. They hinder you from achieving your financial goals. And unfortunately, majority of people have more bad debts than they have in good debts. Bad debts are the kind of debts that you want to avoid, you want to reduce, you want to try to eliminate, have the less of. Those that are successful have a high amount of good debts and a very minimal amount of bad debts. What are some of the characteristics of bad debt? Number one, high interest rates. Whoa. Now, you might say, oh, 10%, 12%, I get loans. No. High interest rate in the sense that the cost of borrowing doesn't have any rewards to you. And I've seen interest rates that go as high as 425%, 450% APR. Trust me, interest rates are crazy for bad debts. These are the kind of debts you want to avoid. Imagine paying back a debt at 27%, at 35%, at 40%. You won't avoid it. Examples of bad debts are credit cards, auto loans, boat loans, personal loans. Avoid this kind of debt. Now, I'll give an example of why auto loans is a bad debt. I remember 2 years ago, I know somebody that said, hey, Paul, I want to buy this new car. I said, hey, don't buy this car. Instead of taking the loan to buy this car, take that loan and invest in a mutual fund. They told me, oh, what do you mean? I worked so hard. I need this car. I said, okay. I said, nothing. Fast forward 2 years after, the car, they break down and it's going to cost them $20,000 to repair. Tell me now, is that a good debt? And that $20,000 is in addition to their monthly payments and also insurance and other things that they have to do to maintain the car. Again, a bad debt is not necessarily about something bad. Having a car is not bad. It is the debt behind that is bad. It is the idea that it takes money from you. You are making monthly car payment. These are signs of bad debts. Another characteristic of bad debts is it affects your peace of mind. You're always thinking, I cannot afford to miss the payments. I cannot afford to miss a payment. You have a car loan, you're thinking, I cannot afford to miss my car payment. You have a personal loan, you cannot miss a monthly payment. Because you're on the hook for it. Compared to good debt, you don't have to worry about making a payment. Because why? It's going to make a payment for itself. But bad debts, you have to work hard. From your salaries, you have to look for ways to pay back that loan. And that will always tug at you at when you're thinking, oh, I can't afford to lose my job. I can't afford to not work overtime. There are different things that are going on in your mind which will be affecting your peace of mind, which is why I always recommend to my students and to friends and families, reduce your bad debts and increase your good debts. Now, you've noticed something in my video for today. I didn't talk about home loans or student loans, either being good or bad debts. This is because it depends on the scenario. But how about I tell you this? If you apply the same idea that I said about good debts and bad debts, you can tell if your student loans or your home loan is a good debt. Did your loan not give you a high-paying job? That's how you know if it's a bad debt or a good debt. For the home loans, think about it. Are you paying a lot of money to do home repairs, home upgrades? Is the value of the home higher than the cost that you paid so far into the house? These are the ways. Using the metrics that I talked about, you'll be able to tell, is this home, is this student loan a good debt? Be honest with yourself. Take the time and think. Look at your portfolio. Am I having more good debts or having more bad debts? I always encourage my students to take on good debts because the aim is to be financially free, to flourish, and to achieve your goals faster. Let me know in the comment section if you have more good debts and what kind of good debts you are doing and how you're working on reducing your bad debts. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, bye for now.